welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a lovely day today. So first of all, I just really want to say thank you guys so much for getting me to 500 subscribers. Like, what? I thought it was going to take me at least until the end of the year to get to 500. And you guys smashed that, and I wasn't even aware that we were getting close. Someone actually mentioned it in my comments, and that was when I checked, and I was like, what is happening? So yeah, thank you guys so much. But with that being said, I don't want this intro to be too long. So for today's video, I wanted it to be kind of a positive one because it's the first time I'm filming since reaching 500 subscribers. So I'm gonna show you guys my absolute favourite makeup products at the minute, and I have quite a lot, pretty much something in every category. There's only like a few categories that I've left out because I wasn't gonna put something in here if I didn't truly love it. So with all that being said, let's get into the video. I feel like I need to be a bit higher. Okay, so I'm going to kind of go in order of application just so that the video flows a bit nicer. I'm going to try and not make this one too long. So make sure you got yourself a drink, get yourself a snack, and let's just chill and talk about some makeup. So the very first product that I have to talk about is one that I've not had for too long, but ever since I've had it, I feel myself grabbing for it all the time. Honestly, whenever I'm not using my Project Pan makeup, this is the primer that I use. And it's the e.l.f. Blemish Fighting Putty Primer. So it is the green one that is supposed to help, you know, fight blemishes. And as you can see, like, I have used it a whole lot already. And I don't know if it does anything for, like, you know, helping me be blemish free on my face, but I do really like it. I thought this was going to be very drying. That was what I thought it was going to be, which was why I put off getting the putty primer for so long. But when I put this on, I was very surprised because my skin kind of looked a little bit glowy, but my pores were all like kind of reduced, not disappeared obviously, but like reduced. They weren't as noticeable, and my skin looked very hydrated, which I was very surprised at. That was not what I had in mind when thinking of this primer, and I absolutely love it. This is the only putty primer that I've tried. I would like to try a few others, but I feel like once I use this one up, I will buy another one. Like, I always want to have a putty primer in my collection. And yeah, if you guys have any recommendations of other putty primers that are really good to use, let me know, because I am intrigued by them. So then the next step for me would be brows, but I really don't have any favourite brow products at the minute. I've pretty much only been using my Project Pan like brow gel thing, and honestly at the minute brows are kind of boring me, so I really don't have a favourite product, so I'm just going to skip past that step. And I'm going to move on to, like, I don't know what to call this step, because it's after primer, before foundation, can be mixed into foundation, can be used as a foundation. So it's the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. I love this stuff. I use this pretty much every single time I do my makeup. Literally pretty much every single time. If not, underneath foundation, I use this as my foundation. I know it's not a foundation, but like, when my skin isn't doing that bad, I will just use this to make my skin just look, I don't know, just my skin but better. Just, you know, give it that little bit of a filter, because this stuff is like magic, to be honest. It does give your skin like that tiny bit of a filter, makes you look super dewy, super healthy, hydrated skin. I love this stuff, honestly. And I just want to give an honourable mention. I've only used this product once, but I have very high hopes for it. So if you guys will have seen my full face of Primark makeup, it's a long video. I know that was a long video. Didn't intend on it being that long, but I promise you it's worth it. I mentioned the PS Flawless Glow Foundation Hybrid, and this is pretty much the Charlotte Tilbury, but cheaper. The Charlotte Tilbury, I will admit, does perform better. It does more for my skin. Like, my skin does look better using the Flawless filter. But The price difference is insane. So the Primark one is only £5 and it pretty much does the same thing, if I'm being completely honest. I was just being super picky when I tried this because obviously I was comparing it to the Flawless filter, and this is like a holy grail product for me. So I was being super picky. The only thing I will say about this product is it's slightly more, it has actual glitter particles in it, and sometimes you can see that on your skin. I do need to try it out more, but I just wanted to give it an honourable mention. So if you were wanting to try the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless filter, maybe head down to Primark and see if you can get a hold of this first, just to see if it fits, you know, your cup of tea. So then I'm going to move on to foundation, and to be honest, this was kind of hard for me because I've pretty much only been using my Project Pan foundation. But when I looked in my makeup collection and I locked eyes on this foundation that I hadn't used in a little while. Oh, guys, I love this foundation so much. It's the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation. I love this, mostly for its staying powder. It looks gorgeous on my skin, but its staying power is amazing. Like, it doesn't, when my oils start to come through and I've had makeup on for a long time and they start to break up the product on my skin, this doesn't break up weird at all. If anything, it just looks like really dewy. It never really breaks up, and it wears down kind of evenly on my skin, so no areas kind of go, I don't know, like, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? No areas on my skin kind of look worse than others throughout the day. So usually the area where I notice the most difference is usually my chin gets quite a lot of, I don't know, like it just breaks up more on my chin, and like around my mouth area and my nose, that is where I notice it the most. I never noticed that with this foundation, and it lasts us so long. Every time I have been on a night out, this has been the foundation that I have used, just because I know it won't fail me. And it's as simple as that. So I'm gonna move on to cream and like liquid products now. So I'm gonna start with bronzer. Honestly, cream and like liquid blush and bronzer is my favorite step in my makeup routine now. So this one was kind of hard because I love all the products that I have in these categories, but these ones are the ones that kind of stand out to me the most. First of all being the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer, and I have the shade Tan Lines. And when I look in this pot, I was like, whoa, like I've barely used it, but I have used this product a lot, but I just don't need to use a lot of product. Like, it's very pigmented, but very easy to blend out. Like, it's very easy to, I don't know, just melt this product into your skin. And I feel like it also just makes my skin look so flawless. Like, there's no texture on my skin or anything like that when I use this product. It blends into my skin effortlessly, sorry. It never goes like patchy or weird around the perimeters of my face. It lasts a really long time, and it's a really good base for powder bronzer as well. I just love this bronzer, and the colour is really nice. It's like a warm contour but bronzer shade. So because I never contour, I just use this for bronzer. It kind of does like a bit of both for me, which is great. We love to, you know, skip a few steps in makeup sometimes. So next is cream or liquid blush, and this is my like hands down favorite step when I'm getting ready. So this, well, no, this wasn't hard to come to this decision, because when I looked at all my cream and liquid blushes, this one is just, it's the one. It's, if I had to start again with my makeup collection, I would have to have this product. I would have to have it. It's the Charlotte Tilbury Glowgasm Beauty Light Ones in the shade Pinkgasm. I absolutely love this stuff. I love it when I just have the Flawless filter on my face and then I have this as my blush. My skin just looks so dewy and alive. I love it. I love it over the top of foundation when I'm really setting my face and I want my face to like my face. I want my makeup to last all day on my face. This stuff, it still has that beautiful like shimmer highlighted effect. It really still comes through even when I've powdered, even when I have a blush on top of this, even if it's a matte blush, I still see that beautiful glow from like beneath, which just makes your skin look like you're glowing without using like a ton of highlighter and stuff like that. I just love this stuff. Honestly, I can't get enough of it. And I have run out of words to say for this because I just love this product so much. And one thing I'm noticing is there is a lot of Charlotte Tilbury in this. Favourites, I apologise. I didn't even realise, if I'm being honest. Clearly I just like the brand. And I guess whilst we're on the Charlotte Tilbury bandwagon, I might as well talk about my concealer, because my favourite concealer at the minute is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Away Liquid Concealer. I love this concealer. I've been having a lot of problems with my under eye area recently, and this concealer, if I need my makeup to look good and, you know, my under eyes, I need them to cooperate with me, this is a concealer that I will go for because it's super, like, it has really good coverage. It's not too thick and it's not too thin either, so it doesn't settle into all my fine lines, and even if it does, it's barely noticeable. This with a good setting powder under my eyes, I'm good to go. Literally hands down my favourite concealer at the moment. So next up we have powder, and this is a very recent find for me again. I've used it twice. Both times I've loved it, and this is fast gonna be my literal like go-to powder. I need to go and get a ton of these because I have a feeling that they might have been discontinued, and I'm actually really scared because it's literally my favourite powder now. And it's the PS Blurred Out Skin Conditioning Universal Blurring Powder. So I haven't used this all over my face yet. I've used it under my eyes, I've used it in my T-zone, but I haven't used it like around the perimeters of my face. But for the center of my face, it is amazing. It controls my oils beautifully. It is such a fine powder. Under my eyes, honestly, it looks like, I don't know, I've never had any stress in my life at all. I've never frowned in my life. Fine lines, they don't exist with this powder. This is insane. My under eyes always look so smooth. My pores are just, they vanish. It honestly looks like I've put a filter on my face when I use this powder. I love it so much. If this is still in your Primark, I highly, 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 highly recommend that you go and buy it and try it, because I promise you, you will not be disappointed. I even have a few dry patches on my skin and it hasn't clung to any of my dry patches. So I even think that people with dry skin would like this. But if you are oily combo skin like me, you will love this powder. You will love it. So now it is time for bronzer, and honestly this might not come to a shock to some people if you followed my 100 uses project. My favourite bronzer, because I've still been reaching for this even though I ended that project, is the Hoola Light bronzer from Benefit. I don't know whether it is noticeable on camera, but I have a pretty big dip in this bronzer. I love it so much. It's like pretty much the perfect shade for my pale skin. Like it's perfect. It's not too yellow, which I found like pale bronzers can sometimes go a little bit yellow, which I just don't think looks right. Sometimes it makes you look a bit sickly. Yeah, it's not yellow at all. It has just enough warmth for it to not look like, I don't know, like a blotchy mess on your cheeks. Yeah, it's perfect. And if you put this on like really lightly as well, when you're going for like a no makeup look, this can look beautiful as like just a subtle, oh I've been on holiday kind of a bronzer. And another bronzer that I just want to give an honourable mention to, because I haven't used it too much, but every time I've used it I've loved it. I've actually got it on today. It's the Essence bronzer. So this is the Sun Club matte bronzer. This is a massive bronzer, by the way. This bronzer is literally gonna take me years to use up. I got the shade 1 Natural and it is beautiful. You can't go too heavy-handed with this. At first, when I first ever used it, I was very gentle with it because I was a bit nervous. Like I felt like, oh, that looks very like orangey in the pan, and I was just very nervous. I was like, this is not gonna go well. and I was super light-handed and it looked beautiful. Then I tried it on my forehead quite heavy-handed because I like to have quite a bronzed forehead, and it was beautiful. And ever since I've used it, after testing it, I have loved this. Like, I've loved it. I've loved it every single time I've used it. I've never had a problem with it, and it's super easy. Like, if I'm in a rush, this is the bronzer that I will pick up because it just works. It just works. And I never ever have to struggle with it. I just love it so much. I tested it in a full face of Essence, so if you want to see that video, I'll leave it linked in the cards somewhere. But yeah, I love that bronzer so much. So affordable as well. I feel like I've been talking so much. I'm like losing my breath, but I get really excited about these products. Anyone else like that? Or are you normal? I just love makeup, guys. Like, let me live. Definitely needed a tea break. So the next product I have to talk about is a blush, and again, I have it on my skin today. I love this blush. It's not very easily available though. I think I originally got this on Beauty Bay, or it could have been Boots. The only place I can find that you can get it now is on the actual website. I'm not really sure why. To be honest, I haven't seen this brand anywhere recently. But it is the EX1 blush, and I have the shade Pretty in Peach. This blush is stunning, and honestly, it looks like I've hardly used it. But again, it's because it's super pigmented but easily blendable, so it's not like you've put a load of blush on and now you've just, you look like a clown. That's not what this is like. It's just super pigmented but blends into the skin so nicely. It has a tiny little bit of a shimmer running through it, but on the skin, I feel like it looks pretty matte, but then in some lights it kind of catches and can look a little bit dewy sometimes. That could just be the Charlotte Tilbury Glowgasm glowing from underneath that I noticed, because I use those two together quite a lot. But I don't know, I just love how this looks. I love the colour of it. It's the perfect peachy blush. I love it so much. Hopefully I'll be able to link it. I always struggle. When I talk about that blush, I always struggle, but it's just so good. It's so good. So coming down to the last two products now, and the next one is one that I'm actually really excited to talk about because I've had it for a while. I don't use it very often on my channel, but I love it so much. And that is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Iced Out Highlighter. I love this highlighter so much. I usually only use it for special occasions, which I don't know why I do this to myself. When I love something, I will savor it and really not want to use it. I don't know why my brain works like that. Makeup is repurchasable, and when am I gonna get through a highlighter this big? It's huge. I am never gonna get through all of that product. Never. It's not gonna happen. I love this highlighter though. It makes my skin look wet. I love it. It has like a goldy kind of almost greenish hint to it. But on the skin, it just looks, honestly, like your skin is the most hydrated, just dewy, glowing from within. It makes my skin look amazing. For my skin tone, it is brilliant. I don't know what it's like on skin tones deeper than mine, because it is quite a pale highlighter, I have noticed. I don't think it's very icy either. I've come to realize I don't really like icy highlighters. So when I saw the name was Iced Out, I was like, this might not be a bit of me, to be honest. I brought it because it looked stunning. I tried it, fell in love with it. I love using this. I always use it on special occasions. Honestly, I need to start using it just on the day-to-day because I love this product, and definitely not a product that I regret buying. I love it so much. The last product that I have to talk about is the e.l.f. Lash It Loud Volumizing Mascara. I love this mascara. It is a brown mascara. I got it in, I think it's deep brown. Yeah, deep brown. I kind of wish it was just a brown, not a deep brown, because this is almost black. On my eyelashes, you kind of can't tell the difference between this and a black mascara. But I just like it for that, I don't know, it's a little bit more natural. If I go in really lightly with this and I don't do too many coats, This looks like, you know, like my lashes are just naturally this long and voluminous and just naturally stay upright and I look wide awake. I really, really like this mascara on my more natural days. I can also use this when I've got like full glam on or, you know, makeup like this. I can wear it like that too. And because it is in deep brown, it still kind of looks like a black anyway. So I just wish, actually for me personally, that it was a little bit lighter. But I do love it. The wand is like a plastic bristle wand, not my favourite kind of a wand. Just because I always stab myself in the eye with the plastic bristle wands. Not ideal, not really something I want to be doing. But I love this mascara. It like kind of grips onto every single eyelash, really lifts them up, lengthens them as well. And yeah, it never really goes too clumpy if I'm careful. I feel like if I keep going in and in and in, it does get a little bit clumpy. Honestly, I don't mind a clumpy lash either, but when I am trying to do more natural makeup, this is the mascara that I go for because it really separates each eyelash and I don't know, it just makes me look more awake and I just really, really like it. It's a recent find for me. I have used it a fair amount now, like it's not like a product I've used once or twice. I have used this quite a lot and it doesn't transfer on me like throughout the day, which is a must for me because a lot of mascaras recently have been transferring. I don't know why. I always end up with like a big black eye. Who wants that? Not me. Thank you very much. So those are all of my favourite products and honestly, I could recommend every single one of these makeup products and like I'd be doing a good deed. These makeup products are amazing and some of them are high-end, but I also have quite a lot of affordable makeup products in here as well. I like to splurge on makeup nowadays. Like I really like the high-end side of makeup because I buy less of it. You know, like I really want to make sure that I like and really want something before I buy it. Whereas with like more affordable makeup, I feel like it's so easy to just go, I want this, 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 you know? And I've kind of really been trying not to do that. So I'm getting more into my high-end makeup recently, but I'm still a drugstore girl at heart. I love drugstore makeup. I hope this video was helpful for you. You'll have to let me know if you guys were thinking of purchasing any of these products. If you are thinking of purchasing any of these products, I highly, highly, highly recommend them. But yeah, that is everything that I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please leave a like, 'cause that really, really does help me out. Comment down below what videos you would like to see next, because that always helps as well. I love to film videos that you guys actually want to watch. Don't forget to subscribe as well before you click on out of this video. We've already hit 500 subs. So let's see how many subs we can get before the end of the year. I don't have a goal for the end of the year now, so yeah. Let's see how far we can get before the end of the year. What are these? Jazz hands, by the way. Yeah, I'm going to stop rambling. Thank you guys so much for watching and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys!